Magandang araw, class. Welcome to our subject, Civil Engineering Laws, Ethics, Contracts, and Specification. Today, we will be discussing one of the highlights of our module. Ito yung isa tong highlight module ng ating subject, which is contracts. And hindi ko alam kung naalala nyo, no? I said in the class that during our face-to-face discussion that there are hundreds of articles pertaining to contracts. Sobrang haba niyan kasi nga part siya ng book 4 of the New Civil Code of the Philippines. So, we want to summarize it. No? I-maximize natin yung learning experience natin by just summarizing it in just 5 principles. No? And I want to honor Project Jurisprudence sa kanilang binigay nilang insight about itong 5 principles na to. No? And yun din yung di-discuss natin today. So, I hope you're ready. And bigyan mo na sa sarili niyo isang bagsak no, for being here in 3, 2, 1. So, allow me to share my screen. Contracts. So, let's define first. No? Contract daw is a meeting of minds based on the New Civil Code of the Philippines. A contract is a meeting of minds between two persons, hereby one binds himself with respect to other, to give something or to render some service. Meaning, merong kasunduan. No? At the same time, merong tao na merong obligation, no? Merong kapalit, probably if you're an engineer, meron kang design job or design to finish, and pabayaran ka pag natapos mo yung design na yon, no? And then yung exchange nun. Nandun yung pirmahan na yon is nakapaloob dun sa contract. Okay? So, gusto ko kabisaduhin nyo to, no? Kailangan nyo rin kabisaduhin nyo. Contract definition. Sige. So again, big thanks to Project Jurisprudence for this 5 principles in contracts law. They have summarized, no. So ano lang to class, Facebook post, pero tingnan niyo naman kapupulutan natin ng wisdom. Okay? So first principle, the principle of relativity. So sabi dito, not all people can be harmed or benefited by a contract. As a rule, only the parties are affected. Of course, when rights under a contract are assignable and assigned as such, meaning pwede mong ibigay sa iba, probably sa, ano ba mga, ano nito, pag mga pamana, di ba? Such a signee may be harmed or affected. The same goes for heirs of a contracting party who was dead. So the principle here, class, of relativity, from the term itself, relative, no? Though gusto kong gamitin yung salitang relative, pero syempre, ano tayo, law school tayo, kaya ibahin natin kahit pa. The term na kailangan nyo maalala is privity. Okay? Pero yun din yung ibig sabihin. Privity meaning there's a relationship. Merong whether assignee through blood, whether assignee through lease, whether basta mayroong relationship. Okay? And sabi nga natin dito, not all people are affected unless you are a relative or meron kang privity dun sa contract. And inassign ka probably nung one of the parties of the contract. Okay? So I hope ganun yung gagawin natin, no? Ganun yung gagawin natin. We will define the principle and provide some mabilis na analysis on it. Again, relativity, relative, relationships, privity. Okay? Next. Obligatory force. So let's define. Obligations either arise from law or contracts and their juridical necessities. So from dito pa lang class, no? From juridical necessities, alam mo na agad na meron kang obligation. I would say moral obligation. Bakit? Hindi ka pwedeng gumawa ng contract contrary to law, contrary to morals, contrary to public policy, contrary to sa mga na-discuss natin, contrary to customs. Di ba? Hindi pa pwede yung mayroon kang kontrata o kontrata ko ganito. Tatayo mo yung building na yan as an engineer, pero gusto natin one day, dapat nagde-decline yung ano yan, yung mga pundasyon nasisira. Hanggang sa, at the 10th year, babagsak yung building. Bawal yun, di ba? Kasi you are tolerating mass murder. Di ba? Ganun yun, bawal yun. It's against the law. So there is an obligation, a moral obligation, a necessity for us to follow. Okay? And ang bottom line dito, class, no? Complied by good faith. Yan. Tandaan yan. Let's continue. In other words, they have to be complied with, and it follows that under the law, obligations arising from contracts and those arising from law are viewed as having the same binding effect. They are necessities that the compliance with which may be enforced in court and non-compliance with the same as legal consequences. So, pag hindi mo sinunod, kulong ka. Di ba? Kung sumuway ka, di ba kaya ka may kontrata, tapos hindi mo sinunod. For example, engineer ka na. Pumirma ka sa ganitong duties and responsibilities. Then hindi mo sinunod. Tanggal ka sa posisyon mo. And you're lucky kung hindi ka kakasuhan ng lack of commitment sa work mo, no? Pero pag ano talaga yung company, kaso ka niyan, no? So again, obligatory force meaning should be complied by good faith. Contracts contrary to moral order, contrary to law. Ano pang example? Kung kokontratahin ko to si Bogart para patayin si Mark Paulo. Pwede ba 'yon, di ba? Hindi pa pwede 'yon. Kokontrata ka ng serial killer, bawal 'yon. It is against the law. Okay? Let's continue. Principle number 3, mutuality. So let's define first. Sabi dito, the terms to remember here are mutual and unilateral. Contracts are agreed upon by mutual consent. Therefore, their compliance or validity must also be mutual. There are also instances when extinguishment of an obligation arising from contract can be terminated as long as such termination is mutual, not unilateral. In fact, a party cannot unilaterally give up or modify what is incumbent upon him under the contract. So, ito, importante ito, class. No? So, from the term itself, kunin natin sa ito, meron akong kodigo dito. Sabi sa Article 1308, class, no? NCC again, yung Civil Code, must bind the contracting parties. Di ba? The term is binding. Both parties. Hindi pa pwedeng ako lang yung may gusto nito. Di ba? Meron akong papagawang bahay, pero gusto ko, lagyan mo ako ng pool, pero hindi mo na yun, sisingilin sa akin. Di ba? Libre lang yon. Bawal yon, di ba? Bawal yon. So, that again, kailangan binding. Lahat nagkakasunduan kayo. There's mutual consent. And somehow related siya sa fourth principle, no? Kaya proceed na tayo. Again, hindi pwedeng ikaw lang may gusto nito. Dapat dalawa kayo. Consensuality. Contracts as a general rule are perfected. So from the definition itself, the meeting of the minds of the contracting parties. They are obligatory in any form, pwedeng oral or written. But discuss natin ito, ay mga cases niyan. Kung kailan pa pwede yung mga oral contracts. As long as parties have agreed to undertake their obligations under the contract. The clue here, or the hint, is meeting of the minds. No need to elaborate. Consensus. Meron kayong pagkakasunduan. Okay? And finally, autonomy. Autonomy, the principle of autonomy refers to the contracting parties are the kings and queens of their own kingdom, which is the contract. They are allowed to stipulate anything. Pwede na ilagay kahit ano as long as not contrary to certain limitations. So, dito, the key here, class, is independence. They will have both the king and queens, kayong mga signing parties, meron kayong autonomy, meron kayong independence, meron kayong freedom to act, freedom to write anything. O ganito yung kontrata natin, ganito yung gagawin mo sa bahay ko, ganito yung business natin, ganito yung obligasyon mo sa trabaho mo. No? And at sa dulo noon, magkakasundo kayo, pipirma kayo parehas. Alright, so there's freedom to act. Ilagay mo ang kahit na anong gusto mo as long as it is not contrary to law, no? It is not against the law, morals, public policy, customs. Alright. So, magbibigay tayo class nito ng mga examples nito, no, as we go on our subject. And ayun lang. Tandaan nyo, relativity, obligatory force, mutuality, consensuality, and autonomy. The 5 principles we need to remember in contracts. So if you will have any question, class, comment down in this video. or message me in my social media accounts or in my email. That will be all for today. Thank you and God bless you all.